Well, hi. Hello. Good morning. Hi. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday today. Good morning. I said that already. I'm probably going to keep saying that for a little bit. I've discovered that and I think it's because typically, my English is going to take a minute to wake up. I'm just going to log in and start heading to a Mount Run spot. Typically, the time that I go outside is usually in the morning. I walk my dog, I roll out of bed and I immediately walk the dog. And so if I'm greeting random people in the world, it's typically in the morning. So I'll say good morning. And I've discovered that in the event that I go out in the afternoon or the evening, random people will be like, sup? And I'm like, good morning. And it's 6 at night or 9 at night or 1 in the afternoon. And I'm like, oh no. And when people come to the apartment, maintenance people, because that's been a thing lately, I'll just be like, good morning. They look at the clock and they're like, sure lady. Why not? Whatever. Oh man, how are you guys doing? The cat's cute? Aw, thanks. She's yeah, you're not wrong. I picked her up and I brought her in here because she's missed so many streams. I guess you can't see. Here, I'll show you. I moved a bed. See on the cat cam on the right there. I moved a bed into the office because there's already beds in the office, but I put another one in here because sometimes I've noticed that when the bed is new, that's extra interesting to Kat, so she might stay there because I really just want to have a camera on her while we do this. She goes through phases of being in and then not being in the office. Since this is a live stream about mounts, what mount would you pair with a Draenei Shaman? I mean, it's a little bit of a cheap answer, but I like the Elix, but the Army of Light Elix. Although I don't know if those are really more Draenei Paladin. Oh, maybe one of the Talbot mounts, but the Draenor ones, what do you call them? These things. I like those things. Their tails are a little funny when they move, but I really like those things, and I think they're a little earthier. So I only have one poor piece of bear tartar left, and that's probably all I'm gonna need. But I'm still gonna buy more because we have to go through Stormwind anyways, and I don't like running out of stuff. Bill Martin, thank you for becoming a sponsor. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I appreciate your support. I love you, General. You're awesome, Hazel. Aw, thanks. What kind of dog? This is a cat, but I do have a dog. I have an Alaskan... Oh, I mentioned my dog. Sorry, I'm very confused. It's early. I have an Alaskan Klekai. He's like a husky, but he's little. He attracts a lot of attention, which is, for some people, would be great. For me, it's not my favorite because I really just want to, especially first thing in the morning, I'm not ready to talk to people. I'm not ready to stop and talk to children that want me to stop in the morning to pet my dog. But, he's cute. He's a good boy. We have good walks. Top's awesome. Oh, thanks. It's very comfy, although, as with most cold shoulder tops, unsurprisingly enough, sometimes your shoulders get cold. All right, so, oh yeah, I was going to buy some bear tartare. I guess I can cook some, can't I? Can't I make some? What do I need? Is it cheaper? Let's see. Let's open up the TSM version of cooking, and then we'll find the bear tartare, which I could probably just search for. Bear. All right, so it looks like it is cheaper for me to... Oh, then I'd have to go back for river onions. I'm just gonna buy it. Oh, the white war talbots? All of the talbots are good. They're all nice. So, I wanted to mention something early in the stream. If any of you were on my EU friends list, I recently started my EU account and I got set up and I played it on stream a little bit and I added a bunch of people to the friends list because I figured, why not? I can just appear offline if I'm only online to work, and that way I'll have lots of things to quick join. And unfortunately, as it turns out, for whatever reason, and I don't know why, appear offline does not seem to work for me when I'm on EU. So what was happening was every time I would log on, I would get 14 different people messaging me all at once, and they were all very friendly, but it was really overwhelming, and it was early, and I just logged on to check for pet dailies. And I did what any reasonable person would do and did the digital equivalent of burying my head in the sand running away. And I unfriended everybody, and I'm not going to add anybody else. So I am very sorry if you were my Battle.net friend on EU. It's not personal. It's not because you said the wrong thing. It's not because I don't want to hang out with you guys. It's because it was just a lot all at once, and I've decided to move to a blanket policy of just nobody on Battle.net ever. because I don't know how to talk to people when I'm not ready to. And it's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me. All right, so we're going to start with Throne of the Four Winds again. Oh, man. Your favorite dungeon in WoW on live? No alpha dungeons. I haven't tried any alpha dungeons yet. The queue times are awful. I've wanted to do them so that I could get a couple preview videos out, but I haven't been able to get a queue to pop yet. Favorite dungeon on live? I like, man, it's really hard to pick one just off the top of my head. I don't know if there's ever a dungeon where I'm like, oh man, I love this one. I mean, I guess Mob Souls because it's short. We're getting a Kleekai puppy today. Oh man, that's exciting. Grats. Make sure that it gets lots of exercise. And you know, just good training. Ours wound up with some separation anxiety, but that's not necessarily breed specific. That's just because of the way he was brought up. You know the new Battleground Brawl is up. I haven't won a single Battleground Brawl my entire life. I'm probably not going to do it. Since you started featuring your cat, has she ever had a full-on diva fit charging for autographs? Has her own social media accounts? No. Although, I mean, for a while, my Instagram was about half cat pictures. I haven't posted so many anymore because I am starting to understand that there's only so many ways other people enjoy seeing my cat. Although, in today's video that's coming out today at noon, and I can't stream for long. I'm going to stream until 10:30, so I'm going to stream for another hour and 23 minutes, and then I have to go because I need to finish getting it ready. Like, the video's up, but I actually have to make, like, the thumbnail and everything, and I need it to be on time. But anyways, today's video, this afternoon, features some amount of cat. It wasn't intended, but it happened, and I left it in. First time watching Hazel live. Hello, everyone. You need to switch the Battle.net launcher to EU as well. I'm not gonna worry about it. The Shadow Priest do massive damage. To most people, no. It can in certain situations. From what I'm hearing, it's not like top tier for mythic rating, but I've never done mythic rating. I've always been a heroic rater. And the way it's always been for me is there's always going to be a couple of fights where you'll do really, really good, and then for the rest of the fights, you're pretty much average. And I forgot to buy Bear Tartar. I got on, I checked the prices, and then I completely forgot. Whoopsie-daisy-doo. Rarest mount that I own? I have a Swift Spectral Tiger. I just bought it with gold. It was like a lot of gold. I remember specifically mailing the person that had it listed to see if I can meet up with them in game sometime because I didn't want to have to, I wanted to save the auction house fee or half of the auction house fee. I was like, let's just not do the auction house. Because the auction house fee is percentage based. So on a 1.2 million gold mount or whatever I paid for it, 800,000 gold. It's a lot of gold. So I was like, yeah, let's just meet up. And that way we can sell it without paying that much to the invisible game. And then we'll split the difference and it'll be fine. And they're like, cool. And then I bought my Spectral Tiger and it was very exciting. How does one become a sponsor? On desktop, there is a button somewhere in or around the chat window, I think. On mobile, I don't know if there is a button. What do you think of a Hedgehog WoW mount? Is there going to be a Hedgehog WoW mount? Is there a Hedgehog WoW mount? I would, where would they stick the saddle? It'd be very spiny. What's changed in PvP to cause people to defend the towers in Val'Sharah, Highmount, and Stormheim? I have no idea, honestly. I know there were some PvP hotfixes that went into place to address the viability or to slightly tone down the viability of tanks in Arena, but I don't see why that would cause people to defend the World Quest towers. I've never heard of that. You can never get too many cat pictures. Top is amazing. I'm bad at talking to people too, but you're my favorite WoW content creator, so hi. Hi, Christina. I love talking to you guys on the stream. This is, I really, really enjoy these streams. It's a nice time when I'm ready. I have my tea, you know. I have everything in one place, and I'm just prepared for it. And it's better. Oh, the shirt? Aw, thanks. Hey, Hazel, I'm late. I was making pizza. That is always, I mean, at least with me, it's always an acceptable excuse to be late. I guess it depends on what you're late to. But for something like this, you are A-okay on time. I was considering having leftover pizza for breakfast because I have some pizza in the fridge, but I think I'm just going to save it for lunch because it's really good, but it's very salty. And sometimes I'm just not in the mood for salty food like first thing in the morning. Hello from Vancouver Island. Sup? What's it like out there? Hey, Victoria here. Oh man, you guys are gonna make me homesick. I haven't been back in a while. I can't go back until it might be a couple of years just because of immigration stuff. I need to stay in the country for now. I need to stay in the States for now. Hazel, what do tanks do in PvP? No idea what they can do really. I don't know either. All I know about the current state of PvP is what I've heard from people being mad at other people on Twitter. That's the extent of what I know. I didn't actually watch the WoW tournament. Whenever WoW esports are on, I'm either working or I'm watching Overwatch esports. And I'm not even really upset about that anymore. I don't really miss watching it. I used to really, really enjoy it, but I tried for a little bit and I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know. Did we get him out? No, ma'am. Guess what? What's up? Hey, Hazel, what's up, Ryan? How do you mount a hedgehog very carefully? I want a rabbit mount. Same. Same, ready for that. Love all your vids. Thanks so much. No problem. Will there be a BFA beta? There is, actually. There's a BFA alpha presently. I've been making videos with it. Afternoon, came back to after 5 years thanks to you and your guides. Man, it must be a very different experience after 5 years. Just snowed a few days ago. We had some snow here pretty recently too. There's still like lots of salt all over the ground. They really heavily salted the stairs to our apartment complex, which is good because you don't want to be like dying as you try and slide down the stairs. It's bad, but it's like really coarse salt. You don't really want your dog walking on like heavy layers of salt. Like it's just bad for his paws. So I've been carrying my dog down the stairs and up the stairs. But he's just a little dude. He's just a little dude. All right, so next we're gonna go to Northrend to try for the Vault of Archivon mount if we have Vault of Archivon, and then we'll swing by Malagos again. It's a free pancake day at IHOP. What kind of pizza do you usually order with your dietary choices of not eating meats? There are so many types of pizza that don't include meat. I feel like I talk about my pizza preferences on every stream. I enjoy Mediterranean style pizzas, so things with like, you know, some feta cheese, some sun-dried tomatoes, some spinach, some artichokes, some garlic, some, you know, goat cheese is good. Like there's all sorts of good things. It's not just cheese pizza. Cheese pizza, I'll eat it if it's a situation where that's my only option, but it's very boring and I prefer not to. Ghost Cat, desktop is laggy for me right now. Oh dear. Hey, Hazel, welcome back. What's up, Bill? I still use just your videos for pet battles. I'm keeping my eyes out for pet battles in the BFA alpha for new ones, but not in just yet. What kind of glasses are you sporting? These are the, as I take them off, these are gamma ray glasses. They are gaming glasses. They're like $13 on Amazon, which is just, they're just cheaper than Gunners, and there's nothing wrong with them. I've been using this pair of $13 gaming glasses for like what, 3-4 years now, every day, including sitting on them, and they're still fine. It's kind of miraculous. All right, so I'm going to clear up my bags a little bit, and then we're going to head to Northrend. I'm trying not to get too sidetracked. One of these days, I'm going to be better at just carrying a full conversation with you guys while my hands do the mount runs, because, you know, not a whole lot of brain power is required here, but apparently enough for me to still get stalled out. I want pizza. Dietary choices of not eating meat. It's the most elaborate way of calling someone a vegetarian. Oh, man. Technically, I'm a pescatarian, you know. I don't... And not because I really care about the distinction, it doesn't really matter to me, but I don't want any vegetarians getting mad that I'm calling myself a vegetarian when I'm not, because I do eat fish and seafood. I love meat, and I barely ever have meat on pizza nowadays. No meat means no pizza, but I like you anyways regardless of your heresy involving pizza. Well, I appreciate the open-mindedness. James Ruberg, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate the too. Oh, the GIF works too. Thanks for the glasses reply. No problem, no problem. They're tinted, and I think that they help. There is an adjustment period when I first started wearing them, and I believe this is the same with all gaming glasses, where I was a little bit nauseous wearing them, but I think that's just when you wear new glasses that you're not used to. After a day or two, it completely went away and never came back. I don't like pizza. I just eat pizza bread. The pizza place that we get our pizza from out here has the most amazing pizza crust. It's just the best thing ever. I love your hair, so unique. Oh, thanks. It's starting to get ready for... it's not ready for a re-dye yet. I'll give it another month. I'm really scared of it when I re-dye it because, like, I just want to touch up the roots and maybe the overall color a little bit, but I am almost certain that I'm going to get it wrong in some way and end up with, like, weirdly colored bands around my head, and I guess I could do that look. That's not a big deal, but... Oh, I'm flying the wrong way. We're going to Wintergrasp here. Because I need to not only dye my roots, I also need to bleach them. Preferably without bleaching the rest of my hair. I could bleach the rest of my hair. Okay, so the place I learned how to do the hair dye stuff, and this is ridiculous, but Celestalon had a very extensive imager guide to how he does it, because he does it all the time. And I learned a bunch of stuff from there, but because he's got short hair, it seems like he just, every time he wants to redo it, he just, like, it's half grown out anyways. Emily, thank you very much for the super chat. I want to see the GIF work. Isn't it cute? It's a little bit short. I thought it was going to be a little longer than that when I animated it, but yeah. But yeah, no, Celestalon. So whenever he redoes his hair, it's like half grown out anyways, and then he just rebleaches the whole thing, or at least that's the way it looked in the imager guide. And that won't work for me, because if I keep rebleaching all of my hair, eventually the bottom parts of it are going to be really damaged, and that's just not good for your hair. So I need to, like, very carefully... I guess I just need to get help. I don't want to pay somebody. I've been cheaping out on haircuts for like 10 years. I don't want to start paying for hair care now. Oh, is that a cat cam on the right? Oh, yeah. There's no cat there, though, so I should probably turn it off. If I can convince one or the other of my animals to sleep there, I'll turn it back on. So you mentioned about having an Amazon page that gives you commissions off orders. I have to buy some stuff next month on Amazon. Where can I find the link? Amazon.com/shop/hazelnuttygames. And it doesn't have to be stuff from that link if you started. Where have I gone here? Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. It doesn't have to be stuff from that link as long as you got to Amazon from there. Anything else that you buy within, I think, a fairly generous frame of time, but like certainly within the same day, I think I get a small commission on it. And that's honestly, the Amazon portion is a not negligible percentage of my income. It does help a lot. So I really appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. What mounts haven't you got yet? The route that we're doing for mount runs, which is obviously stuff I don't have yet. We try for the Throne of the Four Winds Drake, we try for the Black War Mammoth, and then we go to Malagos, we try for the Blue Drake, and then we go to Tempest Keep and we try for the Phoenix, and then we usually swing by Zul'Gurub. We swing by Zul'Gurub to try for the No, not the Panther. I have the Panther. To try for the Raptor mount. And there's a couple other ones I don't have. I'm missing the Blazing Drake from Dragon Soul. I have 2 of the 3 Dragon Soul Drakes, but I do not have the Blazing Drake, and then I also don't have Invincible. My mom owns a pizza store, but she sucks at bakery. Oh, no. Oh, man. Catching Hazel live. Is this real life? This is real life. This is every Tuesday's worth of real life. Hazel, I love cat cam a lot, but currently just couch cam. Yeah. Joker, come here. Joker. Come here. Come here. Joker, come. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. There you go. I did it. You can see half a dog. Stay. If you stay there until I'm done Vault of Archivon, I'll give you a treat. You don't speak English, so you don't know what that means. Good boy. He's a very nervous dog. He's always concerned that it could mean something really bad. Happy Tuesday. Blesses from RNGs for your mount runs. I'm doing Fisher Friend stuff on Earth and Ring, watching the stream. Thanks for all that you do. Thanks for tuning in, Miadara. I appreciate you having you here again. And if you guys remember which chair, it is a human scale freedom task chair. It was a donation. What is your cat called and what color? My cat. Hey, you know what my cat's name is. Any ideas of what to do after you finish all Legion content? All Legion content. Now that's a. I mean, I guess if you did everything. See if you're missing anything. There's this add-on called All the Things, which shows you your percentage completed for all sorts of things, including like mounts, pets, toys, items. I feel like Ends of Expansion is always a good time to fill in your collection of things like transmogs, pets, mounts, toys. Always good. He's precious. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Gonna play Minecraft? Oh, no worries. You have the Amani Warbear? I have the Kata one. I don't have the older than Kata one. Most evil cat toy ever. The laser pointer. My cat gets a little bored with laser pointers. She'll chase him for a little bit and then she's like, I'm bored. The Blazing Drake seems shaman-like. You wish you had the Cinnamon Charger. Oh, I like the Cinnamon Charger a lot. How did I get that? What did I get that from? Was that a Heroes of the Storm promo? Well, oh wait, I don't have it. Alright, Cinnamon Charger is, Recruiter Friend. I don't have it. I was thinking of the Primal Flame Saber, which is Heroes of the Storm. That's a cute dog. He's pretty cute. He's pretty cute. Made your Void Elf a Shadow Priest and having fun with the Shadow Lasers. Shadow Lasers are the best part. Hazel's up, Kidney Powers. Used to do Old War runs really fast until they fixed the teleporter. I still don't know how to get around Old War. I'm convinced that whenever... Oh yeah, I don't have Mim's head either, but I've never been terribly upset about it. Whenever I do Old War, I'm convinced that I'm running like way too far. There's got to be a faster way to do it because I'm just not very familiar with the dungeon. Oh man, so I discovered, actually, also related to the EU account, I discovered a problem in my plan. So the reason originally, like the main reason, obviously I want to be able to play on EU, and it'd be cool to do like EU streams where we do EU dungeons and whatever, but additionally, I wanted to make sure that I could get, and, oh, bye Doug. He didn't quite make it to the end of Alter Argon. I wanted to make sure that I could get battle pets to give out to EU Patreon subscribers that are part of the Battle Pet giveaway, and I still will. Like, that's still gonna happen. But my plan for that was to buy tokens on WoW EU so that I could purchase the pets, because you know, on a fresh account, it's not that easy to like get your hands on enough gold to like buy the nice pets that people need, or I don't want to spend a whole bunch of extra time on this because I'm already trying to like focus my time into making videos and doing some streams. And apparently you can't buy tokens. You cannot buy tokens from a region that you are not a part of. I can buy tokens on NA. I cannot buy tokens on EU. And I was just like, oh no. I'm going to have to actually make gold on EU. So I'm trying to figure out my most efficient gold making strategies for making gold without actually spending any time whatsoever. And then I also needed to get a pet leveled up for the first time because you can't even learn level 25 pets unless you've leveled one up yourself first. So I did. So normally when I recommend people that are trying to get their very first level 25 battle pet, I say just put the boon of the zookeeper on your shoulders and then go live your life, do your normal world quest for a few days. After like a week or so, less than that probably, you will have gotten enough bags of pet charms, pet goodies that contain pet charms to buy yourself an ultimate battle training stone for 45 pet charms, and then you level up your pet and you're done. And I tell people, do that over time. Don't grind it. Like if you're out there trying to farm, like trying to grind out the pet charms, it's going to be a bad time. Just do it over time. And of course, I don't listen to my own advice because I wanted to get it done like in one day. I tried leveling the old-fashioned way, and I made it to like level 8 until I realized that I've already done that and I don't want to do it again. So I go back to the pet charm grinding thing, and I discovered, which I did not know, the bag drops, and not just the pet ones, but boon of the whatever, harvester, blood hunter, scavenger, all of them. There's an internal cooldown, and it's not like 100% thing. Like the math is all very hidden and not super clear, but there is definitely an internal cooldown, and I believe this was semi-confirmed in like an unrelated blue post. But basically, after you get a bag drop, assuming that you don't, like, after it enters your bags, there is a greatly reduced chance of you getting another one for X amount of time. And I think the X might be different for different types of boons. I don't really know. Nobody knows. Don't say that I guaranteed anything. But what I found was that for farming pet charms, I could get a bag and then I could grind, like kill hundreds and hundreds of mobs. And I did this. And I would get absolutely nothing else until about an hour had passed. And so what I found out eventually, what the best thing for me to do was to park my character at Valdestal and then leave it logged in, because I also found that the bag would drop a lot more quickly for me if I had been logged in as opposed to if I had just logged in. So maybe there's an internal cooldown that like triggers when you log in, or maybe I'm just making all this up. I don't know. But I would stay logged in, and then every hour or so I would kill every single raven in Valdestal, and then everything else I can pull, because you want to loot everything all at once, because that means that there's a chance for you to pick up 2 bags, because the cooldown hasn't triggered yet because you're just picking them up at once, right? Kill all the ravens, and that would almost always, after the hour of being logged in, get me the pet charm bag, and then I would just skin them all because I had picked up skinning for gold, and then I would go back to being AFK, and I would come back in an hour. And of course, I can only do this because I'm working from home, but that was how I eventually, finally, after an entire day, about 3, 4, 5 hours worth of which were like fruitlessly trying to grind out these pet charms, finally managed to get 45 to get my first pet leveled up. All right, that was a long story. Let me catch up on chat. What are you guys talking about? Do you play Civ, or have you tried it? No. I've never played a Civ game. I've seen enough memes about people losing their lives to civilization that I know better than to try it. I wouldn't have any self-control. What allied race do you want to be a reality? You mean, do I want to go into the game, or do I want to be in real life? Because as much as I love Void Elves, I think I would be a little freaked out if I just like saw one on the street. Like an actual, I mean, I guess it would be fine, but it would be a little bit unnerving, at least at first. Primal Flamesaver, using it from a Mount Macro. I've never watched a stream live before. Hello, Rebecca. Welcome. What did I main before Shadow Priest? I didn't really have a main before Shadow Priest. I swapped characters a lot. I spent some time in Cataclysm raiding as a Holy Priest. I spent some time in Mop as both a Destruction Warlock, and I also spent some time as a PvP Resto Druid. I flipped around an awful lot. You got Ashes of Valar first try. You didn't even know it existed. Your friend was mad. That's a normal reaction, I think. Super lucky. Anyone know how to get a level 3 garrison as a demon hunter? I don't actually know. First time catching live stream, watching while I do the Balance of Power quest line. Best of luck to you on that. And that one takes longer than like when I went back and actually did it, because I really procrastinated when I did Balance of Power. It took longer than I thought it would. When you do it from like the beginning. Happy to have finally caught your live stream. I discovered you a few weeks back. Your baking streams are so fun. Aw, thanks. I have the poll running for anybody that supports on Patreon. There's another day or two left, or another day, I think, maybe 2 days to vote on the poll, but I think we have two fairly clear. It looks like we're going to be making the Malfurions mash, which is like mashed potatoes, but then made into these little dollops that are then like rebaked to make them crispy. And then the Stormbite Commando cupcakes, which are like cupcakes from scratch that have like sprinkles inside them. I'm very concerned about that. We'll figure it out. Can Ulduar multiple characters in the same lockout? I always do it every Wednesday. I feel like once we get one or two of these mounts, and once I actually get my life together enough to save myself a lockout for either Dragon Soul or ICC, like we'll do these quick ones, and then we'll just do a bunch of ICC runs. Or a bunch of Dragon Soul runs. I think Ulduar is probably after ICC and Dragon Soul on my priority list, but like, that's a thing that we can do eventually when I get set up. So got the Crimson Slaver Mulgrats. How are you doing? I'm eating mini eggs. Oh, are those in? I guess it's. Wait, is it Easter soon? I'm just really very confused. I guess it might be Easter soon. It's spring. It's usually cold at Easter, right? I want to show you my adorable kitten. She's playful mode. Very scary. Aw. Oh man. They're so cute as kittens, but they're also just so insane. Like, I actually, as adorable as my cat was when she was a baby, I'm kind of like, it was kind of a relief when she grew out of it and just learned how to chill. She was just so insane. She would get into everything. Set up a GoFundMe on the auction house. I don't want to, like, you guys have already been really generous. I already have about 40-ish K that was donated to me from a couple of people. One very big donation in particular on stream last week. And that's good. That's going to get me started for a bit. But yeah, I was really counting on being able to just buy it. Especially because the WoW token price is so, like, I could give it $20 US and it would give me like a bajillion gold because the token price is really high. I was excited about that. I wanted to be on the good end of that. Why don't you stream on Twitch? There's a video that goes over that. Let's see here. I think I'm kind of behind in chat. I might need to scroll down and catch up. You need a VPN so your IP is in that region, then you can buy. Are you sure? Because I also heard that you needed a verified payment method, and from my years of dealing with playing WoW from both Canada and then America and dealing with the different payment methods, my understanding is that it's not that easy. Like right now, it thinks that I'm paying with Canadian money, and if I wanted to switch that, I would need to scan an ID, which is obviously not something I can do to pretend that I'm from Europe. I don't think it's, I mean, I can try, but I don't really like messing with VPNs around WoW because it can trigger account security. It can be like, oh, hey, you're logging in from Europe when you logged into America like 11 minutes ago. It's a red flag and it can get things locked. I don't want to do it. All right, so we did not get a blue thingy-do. We did not get a blue Drake. So the next one that we try for is Tempest. All right, let me scroll all the way down to the bottom here. What are you trying to get off the auction house? Battle pets for European Patreon giveaway winners. So on Patreon, on the $5 tier, I do a giveaway every month where I pick a bunch of winners, basically depending on how many people are entered. I pick a bunch of winners and then I look at their collections and I pick out a pet for them that they don't have yet, assuming that there are any that they don't have. And then I level it up and then I mail it to them. And in order for me to do that, and usually it's gonna, like usually I pick out the pet and then I find one on the auction house to get, and then I level it up and I give it to them. But that requires some gold. And on an NA, that's no problem. I have enough gold. I make enough gold. But I don't really have enough time in my life to maintain gold making on both factions. Need to check the neighbor's dog. Be back soon. No worries. How many mounts do you have? I have 300 and something. 300-ish around, approximately. Sup, Timmy? How you doing? Are you going to go for Asmongold's bonus mounts? What are Asmongold's bonus mounts? I've never heard of that before. Set up a UK PayPal. I'm in Texas. Okay. And consider Hazel and Hazel spelling wise for Unity Tunes. I don't know. I've always put vowels in between the S and the L, or the Z and the L. Timmy, thanks for the super chat for the alliance. I'm not using a Murloc mug today. I grabbed my Donald Duck. It's a Donald Duck. It's a Disney mug. I've had this since I went to Disney World when I was like 17 with my mom. Super cool as my grad trip, and I got this mug back then. But it is blue, which is fairly alliance-like. Morning, Hazel. How's the mount hunting going? Nothing yet. Also, I appear to be stuck here. I need to go back to. I guess that's what the teleport ring is for. That's what the ring of the Kirator is for. Main gold income. So it really kind of fluctuates depending on what I've been doing in WoW. I like to sort of follow my heart as to what I do in WoW, or follow what I have time for, and then I just find the ways to make gold out of whatever I've been doing. So typically in Legion, what I do, and I have videos that go over this, but basically one, order hall missions, like the ones that give you, you can get like 4,000-ish gold from 200%ing one of those, and you do like 2 of those a day, so there's like 8k. And then you do, I have my combat follower on this character set up. So this lady down here, she is set up with Infinite Fury, Triton, and Pouch of Wonder. So every time I do a world quest, I get 150 gold. So if I'm out doing, and I don't do this much anymore since I started leveling my Void Elf, but if I'm out doing a bunch of world quests, you get whatever the gold was for the world quest plus 150 per world quest. And it's really easy to do a bunch of those, so that adds up. And then I'm an enchanter, so whenever I get a piece of gear from a world quest, like an 880, whatever, that I don't need, I can disenchant that and I can sell the shard, and that's like another 150 gold. And then whenever I get Bloods of Sargeras, and you can get those from everywhere, that's usually worth another 100 to 150 gold worth of mats, which I just trade at the trader. Frog Raider, thank you for the super chat. So happy I found your channel. I'm happy that you're here. I appreciate that. The support really helps. Which pet dungeons would you like to see added? I could get on board with the Scarlet Monastery pet dungeon. I think No Morgon would be nice, but I don't know if we're ever going to get a No Morgon pet dungeon. I feel like the things that were pointing towards a No Morgon pet dungeon wound up just pointing towards Environir Burt. I like the pet tamer that's down there. That might be it. My mounts are aiming for. The next one that we're going to look for is we're heading to Tempest Keep to try and get ourselves Ashes of Alara. I don't have that one yet. The Phoenix mount. And then after that, we're going to swing by Zul'Gurub. Try for Raptor. Question, actually, for you guys. Do you guys know, are world quests the same on EU and NA, or are they different? Because I'm trying to farm pet charms on EU to make sure that I can level up any pets that I am giving out over there. I want to make sure that every day I just check for pet charm dailies and then do them if like to the best of my ability. And if I can check here, that would be great. But I don't mind having to log on. Are they different? Ever drink Irish breakfast tea? I don't know if I've actually tried Irish breakfast tea. It's just it's similar to English breakfast tea, but stronger, right? Raptor and Kitty, different. That's true. Thanks, late night. You won't believe this. The smoldering egg of Milgazord dropped for me. Congrats, Frank. Is that the last mount that you need from Farlands? Are you done now, or you still have to go back for the other ones? You've been farming the bird for ages. Wowhead has a map viewer thing. Okay. Wowhead's been loading a little bit slow for me lately. It might actually be faster for me to just log into EU. Does the Black Temple drop mounts? I don't think so. There's pets. I don't think there are mounts. I want to say no. What's your opinion if Blizz would eventually let us cage and sell your mounts like battle pets? I don't think that they would. I wouldn't be upset if they did. It would be nice just because that would, like the main thing that would do is mitigate the disappointment factor of when you get a mounted drop that has already dropped for you and then you just have to sadly delete it. Like, it would allow you to then sell it. But it would also, like, you know, if somebody has a really cool mount, maybe they didn't get lucky and get it to drop. Maybe they just bought it. It's you know, there's a trade-off there. What are you drinking? I have some English breakfast tea. I have some English breakfast tea. It is the Stash Loose Leaf Blend, which you can buy in a 1-pound bag for like $15, and a pound of tea lasts a very long time for one person. And I brew it pretty strong, and I drink it with milk but no sugar. And a straw. A stainless steel straw. Good morning. What's up, Prophet Nelith? How have you been? Do you have Mim's head? I do not have Mim's head. Trying to get the fire cat toy from there. You keep running ICC for more invincibles, but it would be less rare. That's true, actually. Yeah, people would then farm mounts not just for the mount, but also for the gold. Yeah, it would change the mount farming landscape a bit. It might be better. It might not be. I don't think that it's something that they would do though. If they do the mount caging, you would have sold 2 Nixian Drakes by now. Favorite non-combat pet? Mine is Una. I really like this. I mean, Una is very sweet. And I feel like it's kind of disrespectful to her to pick anything else. But the non-combat ones, they're at the bottom of the list, right? Yeah, here we go. So these are the options. There's the balloons, the Argent ones. There's Blorpoo's a classic. More balloons, a couple kites. And then, so that's a good one. The Naru from the Raiding with Leashes. It's interesting that they gave us a non-combat pet for the Raiding with Leashes reward, but whenever I'm healing on a Holy Priest, which is not that often anymore, but whenever I did heal on a Holy Priest, I would always use that one. The candle's a really good one, and I forgot about that. That's actually kind of neat. I like this bucket of flowers, though. I like this weird flying planter. I think that's my favorite. I think I like the weird flying planter. I found a mod in Subnautica that would let me get to better resources. 2 seconds after I got it, you lost the mod. Oh no. Oh man. Always seems to go that way, doesn't it? Oh gosh. Game lightning ball this morning. Please be happy for me. Congrats, Dalton. I don't think it's really an announcement yet. I have a third of an announcement. You guys have finally won. You win. You have pestered me, and I have given in. I am working on setting up a Discord. It's not ready yet. I need to get a couple of people that I trust that are experienced with Discord to basically set up as moderators to help me set up permissions to make sure that it's all good and to help me set up rules, because we're gonna need some. But I'm working on it. The expectation going into it is it's going to be mostly a place for you guys to connect with each other, and a place for, stream and video links. Like if for whatever reason YouTube notifications just never work for you, I'm going to try and have a bot set up to post in a channel that you could then opt into notifications of if you wanted to. And then also I just want to set up a channel for you guys to post pictures of your pets if you want to, so that I can see all the cats and dogs. You love the singing sunflower, even though it annoys people. The sunflower is a combat pet, isn't it? It's got a cute, it's cute. And I mean, they can always turn their game sound off. Got a Nixie the same days I got Invincible. There's a good day. Do you like chocolate from Belgium? Of course. Does anybody not like chocolate from Belgium? I mean, I'm sure they must have bad chocolate in Belgium somewhere. Like, it can't be a country full of nothing but good chocolate. Like in Canada, you can get bad maple syrup. Most of it's very good, but if you try real hard, you could probably find some bad maple syrup. Do you think Blizzard would ever start adding special alloy races on the shop? Or new classes? I don't think they would sell new classes. I think they might sell allied races. I don't know how likely it is, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be absolutely shocked. That might cross a line, though, because maybe not. The thing that makes me think that they wouldn't, now that I think about it, is different races have different racials. So if the allied race was purely cosmetic and had the exact same racials as the base race, then yeah, I could see them charging some money to unlock it on the shop. It's kind of like a Hearthstone hero at that point. But they've never set a race up like that. Like, the allied races that we have now are all using different and new racials. And if they were to sell access to an allied race that had different and new racials, and those racials turned out to be good, that's pay to win, and that's something that Blizzard has always tried to stay away from, at least with WoW. We already pay a subscription, and then we give them $1 bajillion for shiny mounts. It's enough. It's enough. If you need help with that, I have my own Discord for Total RP. Alright, I will. I'm kind of making a list of the people that I know and that I have known for a while, so that I know that I can trust and that can help with that. But yeah, I will probably be fairly hands-off. It's not going to be a place where I'm going to be, like, chatting a lot. But it's a place where you guys can chat with each other, or will be when I get it set up. Check in. I have 3 cats and 1 crazy black lab. Do the cats get along with the dog? Do they play with each other? Or are the cats just kind of like annoyed by the dog? Or, I don't know. Gonna die if I level in the Southern Barrens? I haven't leveled in the Southern Barrens. I mean, I guess I haven't leveled the Horde character in a while. Is it bad these days? At school right now watching your stream. I hope that you learned something cool in school today. I'm reaching for my tea, it's not here. Did you get the dump pets? Oh, dino pets. Yeah, dino pets. Wait, dino pets. Dinosaurs. Dino pets. What dino pets? I have most pets. I'm only missing, I mean, I am missing 1 dino pet. I'm missing the dire horn. I have the pygmy in the runt, but I'm missing the stunted one because that's the brutal pet brawler pet, and I have not done that many PvP battles. Hazel, glad to catch you on stream again. Welcome back, Jessica. Merch? One thing at a time. One thing at a time. You guys just got me to start looking at the Discord thing, and I'm still 2 stream emotes behind, and I'm trying to get Patreon art ready for Thursday, and I'm trying to make some videos. One thing at a time. I will look at merch. It's just going to be a little bit. I'm Hazel. I'm back with the same question. I'm still married, man. Hang on. I got lost. Hearthstone is pay to win. Anyways, Hearthstone's different though. Hearthstone, nobody pays a subscription to play Hearthstone. Hearthstone is free to play, and there's nothing in Hearthstone that gives you gameplay power that you cannot get with regular free gameplay. Obviously, you're going to get a lot more cards if you... Wait, I can just run to the end. Obviously, you'll get a lot more cards if you buy them. But you could play for free and you would get the same stuff. Hope the Met drops. Same. I would like to be able to stop coming out here just because it's kind of far out of the way. House situation? Well, I think a guy is gonna... I was gonna wear, actually, my penguin onesie today because it's kind of cold. And the Murloc one is comfy, but the Murloc one has, like, these big spines along the back of it because it's a Murloc, and those can make it kind of uncomfortable to sit in a chair sometimes. But I was gonna wear the penguin onesie. And then I remembered there's a dude coming over today at some point to look at the... They're still not going to do the floor yet. Apparently there's some kind of... I've gone the wrong way. They're not going to do the floor yet. There's something they're waiting for the floor, like a quote from somebody or some insurance from somebody. Our bathroom floor is still not there. But the heating situation, I think, is getting looked at today. I don't know if they can fix it today. But I hope that they can because it's cold. There's no bathroom floor and the main heat doesn't work and I'm cold. Oh, man. How are you? Glad to see the stream after a rough day at work. I'm doing really good. I'm enjoying... I need to drink a little bit more tea. I've noticed that the more I talk, the less tea I drink. I just can't quite fit it into my mouth. Free to play Hearthstone, you managed to get all but one Pally Lego. Kind of shocked that Hazel was convinced to do Discord first. Seems like merch would have been simpler. I have higher standards for merch. I want the merch to be as close to perfect as I can get for my first time. I really want to do it properly. Like, if somebody is going to give me money to purchase something, I want to make sure that the thing that they get is everything they've ever dreamed of, or at least as close as you can get with a shirt. So, whereas with a Discord, I can basically just sort of get it set up, have some people help me set it up, presumably for free, and then it will hopefully take care of itself. And I guess merch will take care of itself too once I'm done with it. But, yeah. You don't have this yet? Come on, Hazel. I'm working on it. What does it look like I'm trying to do? Good morning, good evening, I would say. It is 9:43 in the morning for me here in the west coast of America. Why is maple syrup expensive? It's over $20 at the international store. Genuine maple syrup, I don't know why it's so expensive, but it is quite expensive. Like, actually, it's funny. I didn't have a whole lot of real maple syrup when I lived in Canada. Like, I had more of it after I moved to America because people, like, coveted a little more here. In Canada, or maybe it's just the way my family shopped for groceries, but if we were having syrup with, like, waffles or whatever, it was, you know, like, the fake stuff. Not corn syrup, because high fructose corn syrup isn't a thing in Canada. Like, it's not allowed. But it was certainly not actual maple syrup. What do you do for a livelihood, Hazel? This. I do this. I do YouTube. I do all the YouTube all the time. It's why your full-time job? I would say YouTube is my full-time job, and WoW is just what I put on the screen. If I'm not on camera, I don't actually get to play all that much WoW because it's a lot of time editing and like writing and recording and all of this stuff. Nirma's on her way. Beware, I have to go make lunch. Just use Streamlabs. I have Streamlabs for alerts. I use OBS to stream, yeah. Took me 3 times to get invincible. That is some luck. The RP in the sky is annoying. It's a chance for me to drink some tea. Fellow West Coast, Cali for life. Man, I follow so many people on Twitter that are from California, just like Blizzard employees and other content creators that just happen to be in California, that whenever the weather gets slightly out of the ordinary in California, like, oh my goodness, it's 60 degrees, or oh my gosh, it's raining, like, you know about it because they're all tweeting about it on Twitter, like, oh my goodness. It almost makes me want to live there because the weather just sounds really nice. Like, I'm imagining just, like, walking out in the morning to walk my dog with, like, a light jacket on instead of, like right now, what I've been doing is I put on my boots with, like, 2 pairs of socks, and I put on my leggings, and then I put on my pants, and then I put on 2 shirts, and then I put on, like, this big zip-up fluffy thing, and then I put on my windbreaker, and then I put on a hat, and then I have the hood from the fluffy thing, and then I have the hood for the windbreaker, and I'm basically walking around like an egg. And, it's great because no amount of weather can penetrate that. Like, it can be windy, it can be snowing, it can be raining, and I am perfectly comfy and toasty warm on my egg, and then I come home from my walk and I hatch, and then I'm back to my life. But the weather sounds really nice out there. What's happened here? I'm trying to put on the Staff of Disintegration. I've lost it. Oh, there it is. And then I'm trying to use the ability. There we go. That's the one. Whew. Ah! My straw just squirted me in the eye. What? How did that happen? That's not how gravity works. You play any Pokemon games? I notice you like Battle Pets a lot in your videos. Yeah, not so much these days. So I grew up on Pokemon games. Pokemon, I had to share a copy of Pokemon Blue with my sister as like a little kid. And then I got Pokemon Gold as a slightly older kid, and I played a bajillion hours of that. Like, I was super addicted to that game. I played that for years. And then I played less and less of them over the years. I enjoyed the recent ones, actually, like Sun and Moon I really liked, and then X and Y and Sun and Moon I really enjoyed. And a little bit of the Hawaiian one, which I've already forgotten the name of. Maybe that was Sun and Moon, I've forgotten. And then I played a ton of Pokemon Go. I had to quit Pokemon Go because I had an unhealthy addiction to Pokemon Go. But I played Pokemon Go for over a year after it came out. I only quit a couple months ago. But these days, I don't have as much time for it as I would like to. Which pets are good to farm for gold? Honestly, farming pets for gold? They're tough to sell. Especially, like, the valuable ones, they're extra tough to sell. I would say, like, if you're running a raid for something else, like, for example, if you're running a raid for Transmog, you're running a raid for a mount, and you get pets, that's great. That's a bonus. But if you're just running a raid or running a thing or trying to get a pet to sell, it's not usually worth it. There's usually better uses of your time. It's currently -15 here in Sweden. Ugh. One great thing about Texas, I don't even own a big coat, and kind of want to follow you and do these runs for mounts. Should do them at the same time, and then you guys can all get more lucky than me. All right, so that is a no-go on that one. So let's head back. We'll go to Starwind, we'll clear out our bags a little bit, and then we will head to Zolgarub to try for the Raptor. You live in Cali, we get 100-degree weather. Anything below 50 is basically Antarctica for us. Well, that's the thing, is here, Portland, Oregon, we also get 100-degree weather. I didn't think it was going to be this hot here in the summers when I moved. Like, it'll be 100, 110 even for days at a time in the summer. And then it'll be like 90 plus for stretches, which, the 100, I think, Celsius for fellow Celsius friends is like 40 plus. It reached almost 50 degrees Celsius once. And it's just like, this is, delicate people start to die. It's dangerous. It's not okay. And I mean, I understand that it would be hot in California, but it's not Arizona. Like, how much hotter can it really get? And at that, like, after a certain point, you just have air conditioning and you don't go outside. I don't know. I was bamboozled. I didn't know it was going to be like so hot in the summers here. It doesn't, and that's the nice thing about Portland, actually, it doesn't get all that cold in the winter. Like, lately it's been freezing, so like 0 Celsius, 32, 30 Fahrenheit, but that's about as cold as it gets. It'll snow a little bit, it'll get a little cold, it'll get a little icy, and then it's fine. And it's over. It doesn't stick around for very long. Time played, /played. So on this particular character, we're looking at 119 days, 20 hours, 5 minutes. I understand that's not that much in the grand WoW scheme of things, but that's because I spend about half of my WoW career, if not more, aggressively flip-flopping between characters, and I do not have an add-on that will add up all of my /played across all of my characters, and honestly, I don't want one because I don't want to know. I've been main for 2 straight months. It was below 15 Fahrenheit. That's chilly. I like, when I did live in Canada, I always lived in basically the balmiest part of Canada. I'm from southern Vancouver Island, which is the warmest and nicest part of Canada, which is partly why it's so expensive to live there. We would get snow in the winters, and we would get below freezing temperatures for a bit, but not for very long. And it was generally speaking pretty nice. But I knew people from like Edmonton, and I knew people from the Yukon. I had family up the Northwest Territories, and the war stories are bad. I like being able to touch things when I'm outside and like keep my fingers. Same thing happened to me when I moved to Seattle. You didn't expect to need to fear summers, but 90 degrees without central air is awful. And that's the thing about the Northwest, is that in California, I'm fairly certain, I don't know this for sure, but I would assume that most places have air conditioning. Whereas here, like, maybe the hot summers are more recent, but none of these apartments and nobody's house that I know of came with air conditioning. Nobody has it that I know. Nobody has air conditioning. So everybody just, like, has recently bought all of these window AC units and, like, fans, and we're just making do. Like, nothing is set up for it. Lowest this year is 30. I'm happy to catch a stream. I've been enjoying the vids for a couple of weeks. I came back to WoW not too long ago. Welcome back to WoW, and welcome to the stream. Portland isn't normally that hot, or it wasn't pre-2000s. It was more known for being muggy and gray. Every year people tell me, well, this is weird, you know, Portland's not really this warm, and every year it happens again. And I think it's probably my fault. It's probably because I came here. Everybody said that the year before I came, which was probably like 2013, 2014, 2012 even, like those ones were apparently normal. And then like 2014, 2015, bam, hot. Mr. Nutty doesn't like WoW. Oregon always seemed like a pretty place to live. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. There's lots of really amazing hiking. Weather's generally pretty good. Lots of big tall trees everywhere. It's not that different from Victoria. It's not quite the same. What do you call it? Landscape. I miss the copious amounts of like lakes and older growth forest from where I'm from, but I can deal with it. Central air is a requirement here. Can you recommend me a good tea? I drink a lot of green and chai related teas, looking for something different. So you drink green, you drink chai, you're looking for something different. If you're looking for something a little earthier with like a good energy kick, you could get started with a pu'er tea. They're a very big and scary type of tea, and some of them are more beginner friendly than others, but it's kind of like a deep rabbit hole of pu'er tea addiction that you can fall into. And there is one that I like to start with, but basically it's kind of a rich tea. There's lots of different facets to the flavor, but the general tones of it are kind of earthy. You kind of feel like you're drinking a forest, which is, some people like it and some people don't. Hazel, I got the pond nettle. Grats, Norma. Oh, should we do that sometime? Should we just have a fishing stream where we just sit and argus and fish? After I finish this map run, we're going to have a little more than a half hour left, so I figure I will hop on EU real quick just to see what the pet dailies are like. Asmongold's bonus mounts are owning the same rare raid mount twice. But you, like, does he just get it again and then delete it? That does sound like him. Mr. Nutty has an office job, and that's about as specific as I'm going to get. Thai tea with milk? Good evening from the UK. How's life treating you? Life has been pretty good. I've been really enjoying making videos this week. I'm pretty happy with the one that goes out today. It's very much like the one yesterday. I was looking at the Magcar models, but my cat got involved. I thought it was cute. Alright, come on, Manicure. Give it up. Gimme. That's not what I wanted you to give me. That's what I get for being rude. How do you brew your tea? Well. Depends on what kind of tea. So if I'm having a black tea such as this, like an English breakfast tea or just like another black tea, I will preheat the pot, preheat the cup, and boil at boiling, like hot water for usually 3 to 4 minutes, depending on the tea, because I like it fairly strong. If I'm drinking a green tea, I'll typically brew it according to what it needs. So cooler water, like 175 degrees for anywhere. Like some of the really delicate ones, you just brew for like 30 seconds. Other ones will go up to 2 minutes. And then there's a lot of permutations. I do oolongs at 190 degrees for 3 minutes. Stormy Prince, thanks for the super chat. I love what you do. Keep it up. You know I'm gonna. I don't have anything else to do here anyways. I'm already set up. I may as well. I'm going to log on to E real quick, and you guys should be able to see that. It's going to be a black screen for a second here, but then it should pop up, and I'm going to do some pet dailies if there are any. Hope you have a great raid tier and get ahead of the curve soon. I have ahead of the curve. What are you talking about? But I appreciate the sentiment. Finally caught a live stream, just started pet battling, and your videos have been a godsend. Oh, thanks. Love my Earl Grey. Oh yeah, and then for pu'er tea, I do a rinse on that one because typically I'll break up pu'er tea off of tea cakes, so it gets like a lot of dust. So I do that at 200 degrees. I do a quick rinse, and then I steep it usually for about 3 minutes. But those are show pu'ers. They're a little bit different than chunk pu'ers. One of these days I'm going to put together like a comprehensive tea guide, but it's just not relevant to as many people as like WoW stuff, so it's not my first priority. Okay, so here I just logged in, so I don't know if this is necessarily going to be the best drop chance, but this is what I do, okay? So I log in here, and typically for best results I have found, and this is all anecdotal evidence from like insane grinding that I did yesterday, I will, after having been AFK for like 15 plus minutes and not seen a pet bag drop for about an hour, usually because I was AFK doing something else, I'll come in, I'll pull all of this, all of these, and they don't have all that much health, but they do have a chance to drop the bag. I've confirmed this. they're also sustainable, which is nice. And then all these. And it looks like that's about everything in range. So once that one gets a little closer, and then that kills them. And then you want to loot them all at once. So wait for them all to like chill. Loot it all at once. All right, bummer. Sometimes it takes a couple pulls of that size, but typically I'll find a better drop rate, like a pretty good drop rate in the pet charms. And then once you get one, you just want to quit. You just want to stop trying. You're not going to get another one, or at least it's unlikely that you're going to get another one if you are specifically trying to grind them. So I'm sitting at 63 pet charms after the first 45 that I had done to get myself my first pets leveled up. So now that what I've been doing, oh, there it is. There you go. Pet goodies, woo! It worked. So now I would stop grinding for at least another 30 to 60 minutes. I haven't nailed down the exact internal cooldown yet. I don't know if that's possible to do, but I'm trying to optimize my time usage here so I can get as many of them without having to do too much. So let's see, pet charms, looking specifically for pet charm world quests. I don't need the battle stones. I need pet charms. Oh, there we go. So we're gonna need to go beat Flummox. That's gonna be a bit of a walk. I don't have flying. And I don't know if I'm going to get flying. All right, so we're going to go beat Flummox. I can get to Meridil, though. So let's actually just, like, have this guy fly me to Meridil. The other thing that's going to be really kind of, that I've noticed is a little bit frustrating about trying to make gold on EU, for me, is that, so my latency is 160 ms on average. Not bad. Not great. About what you would expect for having to connect across the entire continental United States and the Atlantic Ocean. But my auction house feels that the worst. Like, combat is fine. It's a little slow, but it's fine. Looting stuff, fine. Auction house, awful. Something about the way that Auctionator and TSM work, just like super slow. And it means that if I'm like gonna try, not even just flipping stuff, but just sitting down to sell a bag's worth of like leather and wildfowl eggs, it means that I am sitting there for a while. Like, I start it up and then I just go do something else. It's awful. What is breakfast tea? Another way of saying caffeinated, or just goes better with bacon and eggs? Breakfast tea is just it's like a type of blend. And lots of places do breakfast tea very differently. It's kind of like an Americano coffee. It's just like a very, that'll be different depending on where you get it from, but it's basically just black tea. And it's typically enjoyed at breakfast. I love your videos. Just started watching Friday and watching all of your WoW streams. I'm glad to have you, Dark Wolf. What do you think of Tivana? They showed me one of my favorite teas. It's a good, naturally sweet white tea with rose petals in it. So Tivana or Tivana similar types of places like David's Tea, or I think Teopia isn't open anymore, but they're a great gateway drug to tea. I think I got into some of my first loose leaf teas with them. I think before that I was drinking bag tea. And they have lots of, like, if you like their tea and you don't mind paying for it, knock yourself out. I'm not going to judge you for enjoying their tea. But I don't personally buy their teas myself because they're really expensive and half of what you get is not tea. Like, you're buying some tea and then you've got some rose petals and then you've got some cocoa husks and then you've got, like, there's a bunch of these other things that they do add flavor, but they're not tea and they're kind of like filler. And then the actual tea that's in there, its flavor has been masked by all of those other things, so they don't have to use the best tea. And for the most part, you're not going to notice because, like you said, there's other things in there and that doesn't make it bad. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not what I'm personally looking for out of my tea. Like, if I'm going to spend that kind of money on a tea, I would rather go to a place that's going to get me just tea, like a really nice, like a higher quality leaf that has more character, or at least I hope so. I could be just as easily getting ripped off by international sellers because I don't speak Chinese. But it's just not the thing that, it's not a place that I start anymore. But if you like it, you do you, and there's nothing wrong with it. And it's pretty, they've got some pretty good stuff. I'm from England, my auction house is slow too. I'm from EU and the auction is super slow. Oh, maybe it's just the auction house then. It's been super slow since they turned the API back on. Okay, because it's not like that for me on NA. And the latency does seem disproportionate to the amount of latency I receive, like, in combat. It's not right. So maybe they'll fix it. That would make me feel better. You make drinking tea sound very fishy. Oh man, it's a hobby. Gateway drug tea. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Hazel, how do I spell poor tea? I googled it and I can't find anything. No, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. You got it. That's it. Just like pouring anything else. Pour if you are dispensing a liquid, and Pore is for when you are very closely looking at something, like you're poring over ancient texts and manuals, or when you have pores in your face, or, you know, your skin, or anything else that is porous. Did you get the mount? I didn't get any mounts. I didn't get any mounts. We have given up and we have moved on to pet dailies on you. So I am hopping over to, or I'm trying to get over to Flummox. I'm not used to trying to navigate without flying. So my plan for this character, now that I have gotten my first pet leveled up, I think my next order of business, assuming like that I find time, because I'm also trying to level an alpha, and I'm also trying to level my VoD elf. But next order of business is to continue doing Suramar stuff, and then unlock Nightborn, because once I unlock Nightborn, I want to boost a Nightborn Hunter to level 100, because that's the other boost I have in my account, and then get it kind of set up and going. Because I think I would rather, with this kind of latency, I would rather play a Hunter, I think, and I already have a Priest. I think I just want to play Nightborn Hunter. It'll be fun. And then I can start to try and make some gold. You can add auction 2 to 3 items a second at standard speed. Not sure how quick it is for you. Yeah, it's way slower. It's way slower. I am like after I've done this daily, once I finally get myself up here. Oh yeah, and then once my Nightborn Hunter is set up, then I can look at maybe doing Flying on Legion, but depending on, like, by the time I get my Nightborn Hunter like done, BFA is going to be out. Like, I'm not moving that fast. Server you on? So on EU, I am on Draenor EU. However, I will say this again, I'm not going to have anybody in my battle tag. I know that is a different stance than the one that I took for before. I changed my mind, and I deeply apologize to anybody that I unfriended. It's not because of you, and you guys were all very sweet. It was just a little overwhelming, and when I'm playing on EU, typically I'm just trying to like log on and get something, or like because if I'm AFK farming pet charms, I don't want to like miss something. Pork Soda, thank you for becoming a sponsor. I appreciate that. Also, welcome back to the stream. I don't know if I missed your message, but I haven't seen you around a little in the stream or two. I don't know if your name is, and I think I've probably had this conversation before, but your name is a Glass Animals song. That I really enjoyed the new Glass Animals album, and I don't know if you're a Glass Animals fan. Maybe it's just unrelated, but if you're not, they're a great band. What's up, Martin? Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to beat. So let me just remember what he uses real quick. So, oh yeah, so he's just a humanoid. So I just want to go at him with undead stuff. Just undead stuff, undead pets, beast pets. Oh yeah, beast pets with undead mips. So I don't, on you, I have access to, these are the pets that I have, and these are the level 25s I have. So I boosted this one, and then these ones were all, I think half of them were gifts, and then I bought a couple just on the auction house that were cheap 25s. So undead damage, I don't know if I have any. I'm not trying to 2-pet or anything, I'm just trying to win. Do I have any undead damage? I don't, no. No, oh no, I don't have any. Okay, well let's just do our best here. How do you even get the Heritage Armor? You've got the Light Forge and a Void Elf. In order to get Heritage Armor, you need to level your allied race to max level without using any boosts or race changes or recruiter friend levels. Heirloom Armor is okay. Alright, so assuming, alright, well I don't have, alright, so if I don't have undead damage, then the next best thing to do is to use beast pets, because they will take less damage. Do I have any of those? No. Alright. Scratch that. Let's just use good pets then. Icky, Black Claw, Flock. This is always good. I should boost a Zandalari pet. I could try a Foreboding Curse combo. For Communities here for like a Howl Surge of Power if he gets within Howl Surge of Power death range anyways. Although he's not going to take too much damage in one hit because he's got that. I don't know if this is going to work, but oh no, okay, so he can take big hits. His overall damage is just reduced by 50%. So let's Black Claw and then we'll Flock and we'll see how far that gets us. So we'll get at least one hit in. Hopefully I live for one more round. No, I will not live for one more round. Okay. So I need to hit him with something real big right now. Because he's got those things. So I'm actually going to bring up Creminius and Surge of Power now, and then I'll swap. I want to take advantage of that Shadow Defenses buff. Oh yeah, Creminius is going to take extra damage. Alright, well that's something. And then And then we're kind of doomed. A little bit doomed. I'm gonna throw down the barrier now. And I'm just gonna spam breath. We're gonna need, I don't think we're gonna make it. I don't think we're gonna make it. He's gonna have burps in. And he's healing. He's healing for like 86. I'm only hitting him for, oh, I don't think it's gonna be enough. I think he wins this mathematically. So the icky wasn't a bad idea. We were onto something. We were onto something. Let's see here. How you doing? Bounce? Bad. we did not get any today. Maybe next week. Character you playing as. This is my EU priest. And I'm trying to do this pet daily. So Icky was okay with the Black Claw Flock. I'm gonna bring her in second actually. I'm gonna start with this so that I can decoy the burp. And then we'll use Thunderbolt. Breath, fine. Black Claw Flock, sure. I'm gonna take Herminius out because the Dragonkin isn't really what we want. How fast was he? How fast? He wasn't that fast, right? He was only 272. So let's try and get. I mean, Icky is just faster. It's the ability that's hitting with this slow system. Okay, so anything. So we need faster than 272. We need not Dragonkin. Let's try this guy in here. Let's throw this guy in here. Let's see what he can get done with Bubble, Mudslide, and then, do I want Tongue Lash? Maybe. Maybe. Let's try again. My favorite tea? Tough call. Tough call. Really hard to say, actually. So we're going to throw that up, and then we're going to swap and see if that extra barrier, plus the fact that his burp is now cooling down, lets us live long enough to get, like, a round of flocking after the Shattered debuff goes in. Because we're going to flock here. I just want one more round of flocking. I want to live one more round. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's the damage I was looking for. So now, he kills me. That's fine. We bring out... Oh, shoot. I forgot Mudslide was going to be not effective. That's fine. We'll bring out this guy. And now his Thunderbolt goes into the Shattered defenses. And that kills him. There we go. Figured it out. It's like a math problem. 110 character boost will not unlock Heritage Armor. It will not unlock Heritage Armor. You must level the old-fashioned way. Alright, well that was 12 pet charms. And that's it for that. Let's head back to any tips for leveling a level 20 plus without dungeons? Yeah, I have a whole video with tips. The basics of it are do quests, and do quests in low level areas, like hit up the level like 10 to 30 areas for every different race. Like, if you're Alliance, don't just do the Westfall and the Duskwood. Also go do the Dwarfen ones and then go do the Elfin ones. They're optimized for less travel time because they assume that the character doesn't have a mount, and that makes them go a little bit faster. Alright, well, let's log out of this and head back to... Best tea that's not that strong. I really like oolong teas for that. Like, when I want a tea that doesn't have a whole lot of caffeine but has like a little bit and just like some really good flavor, I really enjoy getting into my oolong. Some of them are very flowery tasting, just like on their own. And then sometimes you can get them blended with different things. But like an oolong tea or like a nice jasmine green tea is a good place to start too. Right, let's get back in NA. Let's have a little... Let me show you how fast the auction house is on North America. Banging noise? Oh, you can hear that? I live in a very loud, bangy place. It's not the best place to work from home from, honestly, but it's what we have. Alright, let's take a look at how quick auctions go. I love the Sister of Temptation. I named her Hazel after you. Aw. I think that's cute. Add less tea leaves. Yeah, if you want your tea to brew weaker, you can use less leaves. You can also brew it for less time. There goes your plans in the new Dark Iron main. What's wrong with that? Oh, I see, for boosting it for the armor. First time I managed to catch you streaming, just got my tea as well. What's the plan for today? Well, we did our mount runs already. And then we did some, we did an EU pet daily for some pet charms. And now we're testing, or at least I'm going to show you guys on EU what the NA auction house is like, and we can try and figure out, because obviously part of it is going to be the difference in latency. But I swear. So if I just wanted to sell like this carrot, if I was just going to sell the carrot, I just open it up, pop it in here, sure, 48, sure, sell, done. Done, you know? Like it works. If I want to cancel, I just throw it up there. And this is checking like a lot of auctions, so it's going to take a minute, but they pop through really quickly. Like when I do this on EU, it thinks about each individual one of them for like 10 plus seconds. I think you're right. I think there has to be something other than just the latency. Thanks, Hazel. Have a great day. No problem. Super love you. Thanks for the Blue Yeti tutorial video. I hope that it helps. It's a good mic. It's a really good mic. I like this mic, and I'm glad that it still works. But there is nothing wrong with that Yeti. What server on EU? I'm Hoard on Draenor EU. Draenor. And then Lightbringer North America. I need to add that to my I need to add that. I feel like there was something else I wanted to ask you guys today. I had some I need to like make a little sticky note list of all the things that I want to talk about with you guys, because I feel like I've forgotten. Hey, here we go. Cancel scan. 18 things that I've been undercut on for the most part. Go through all of them. Those are all done. Pick them all up. Gosh, I love TSM. There's a TSM 4 that's in beta, and as soon as I can get a hold of that, I'll show you guys what's new, because I don't even know what's new yet, but it's got to be good. The people behind TSM are always working on good stuff. The add-on's a little intimidating to get started with, but I swear once you've learned it, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like, look at all these things. I got like some bristlebark gloves, I got some Wildevar pants, I got some rugged leather, and I don't have to worry about what the prices are. I just have rules set up that put them for basically market price, like something that I decided on before. I can just press the button and look, I sold them all. So these ones are presumably not active. Is that part of my list? Hang on. Yeah. So make sure that that is on my list. That's why. Make sure they're part of the group, and then those will get posted with the rest of them. And it also lets you see market price. Like I can see here that these shoulders, I might have just vendored them for 2 gold, but I can see that they go on the auction list for like 300. Or less than that. I have my rules set up for selling BOE greens to be very aggressive with the price, because I don't want to be constantly relisting them because of the high deposit. But it works out. So that's enough of that. What shall we do with like 15 minutes? Is there another dungeon that we can do? Is there another mount that we can try for that's like faster than a whole invincible run? Because I don't really want to do all of ICC or Ulduar or Dragon Soul, because when I do it, I want to make sure that I'm sort of set up to what do you call it? Share my lockout, so I wouldn't even finish it. Character name, real name. I have a lot of the ones that are quick and easy to get, because they're so quick and easy to get that I should go do them. My dream is to be on your live when it's live. Blue Protodrake. So I have Blue Protodrake. I have Anzu. I have the Magister's Terrace one. I have the Seth of Culls, which is Anzu. I have the Strathholm one. I got all the easy ones because I'm lazy, so I start with the easy ones. Show planner. All right. So Simple Armory wants me to get. Ugh. All right, so the only 3 that I don't have that are from raids and dungeons that I can get anyways. What about, I guess we could fish for a little bit. What about, oh, you know what? Oh, no, that's the wrong one. For a second, I got excited that there was a Nightfall and Emissary, because that could have meant that we could have done Nightfall and Emissaries to try for a fox now, because I don't have the fox yet. I guess we can go run the Withered Army training real quick, just to see if we can get a fox invitation, because I don't have the fox mount yet either. Carlinzo, hello. Excuse me, let me try that again. Carlinzo, welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Thank you for becoming a sponsor. I appreciate the support. I'm glad to have you here. I hope that you enjoy your emotes. You get access to all of the emotes, which are all listed in the description. I don't know where else you can use those on YouTube, though. Like, on Twitch, you know, you get an emote, and then you can use it across other Twitch channels. Wouldn't it be cool if you could use those in YouTube comments? I don't think you can, but it would be cool if you did. Oracle's Green Drake. Yes, I have that one. I have the blue one. I have the Farlands mounts. I have the Sartharian mount. Yep, I have all those. How hard is it to get the pet from the level 3 barn from Draenor? Not at all. Not. It's been a while since I've done it, so there may be some steps to start from scratch that I've forgotten about, but I don't think it was that much. You get all the things. I have all the things. I just don't really. I mean, all right. Let's try using all the things. I'm pretty new to this add-on, so let's see. Mounts, drop. So all right. So these are drop mounts that I do not have. Okay. So this is a good place to start, actually. How are they ordered though? Warsong Direfang. What does that drop from? Is that from Is that one of the Draenor maps that I'm missing from like the Tanan jungle? I don't have the Void Talon. Don't even remind me about that thing. So these are all maps that I don't have. Sidus Galleons. I guess there's world bosses. Whenever I go to do world bosses, they're never up. Like they're never available. I think that people just kind of kill them and then they're not up. Do you still have your charter baby rogue? I still have a baby rogue. She's like she's a little gnome. I use her to open lockboxes. I love your videos. I watch all your previous casts of your Void Elf leveling. Oh man, we're probably gonna end up doing that again on Friday, and then the stream after that we've decided to do Oh, I don't have enough mana. Oh dear. How much more mana do I need? Some. I've discovered the fastest way for me to get ancient mana because I've lost my mana divining stone. I think it's in my bank somewhere. I think at one point in my life I decided I didn't need any more ancient mana, so I was like, you know, we're good. So instead, the way that I like to farm ancient mana, let's get back into Shadow Spec real quick, is I fish. You have the Argus mounts? I have some of them. You're right, I guess we could try farming for Argus mounts. The problem with that is that they're not always up. Like, if I need the mount from Wrangler Kravos, for example, which I think I might, I don't know, then I'm going to have to, he has to be up, and I'd have to figure that out. Favorite race to play? For a long time it was Gnome, but it's really, like, picking a race has always been one of the things that drove me most to playing different alts, because I can never pick a race. Like, there's so many different ones that look so cool. Man. Hoarding mount, I definitely don't have that one. You got work to do. I look at all of this as exceedingly optional, you know? I can happily live my life. Where is my Underlight Angler? I can live my life, and I don't need any of it. It'll be great if it happens. It'll be fun for the stream, but I'm good. Alright, so let's do a little bit of this. Because I've found that when you fish, and I have the, well, for one thing, Runescale Koi is selling for only 8 gold a fish. Sometimes I can get up to 20 gold a fish for Runescale Koi, and then you pick up like 5 of them, you're like, yep, here's 100 gold, and then you just like go grab another barrel, there's 100 gold. Fishing is not the most efficient way to make gold, but it's not bad. It's not bad. You can get your mana crystal back. I forgot how, though. It's in my bank somewhere. I could find it really easily. I'm just so lazy. Blizzard nerfed the hell out of the vineyard. I know, yeah, I heard that. I heard, like, it used to be really good to run around and just grab the Arcwine. This route is not that bad. Maybe it's worse than I think, and maybe I'm just usually really zoned out when I'm fishing, so I get a lot of mana just because I'm not keeping track of how much time I'm spending. But you pick up these lay scale koi pretty often, and those are worth 25 mana each. So if I'm looking for, which is like over twice as much as you would see from like an extra, just like a random basic ground node. So if I'm looking for 160, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. Favorite race is Lightforged? I like their little nightlight on the forehead. I didn't think I was gonna like that as much as I turned out to like it. When I first saw Lightforged Draenei, I was like, oh man, that's just like the, oops. It's like, oh man, that's just the same thing as a regular Draenei. Why would anybody play that? And then I made one, I'm like, ooh, it's shiny. I have a Lightforged Draenei Prop Paladin who is all of level 23, and very proud of her. Alright, so there's another one. 1, 2, so that's 50 mana. Going for my second Underlight Angler now? Oh, man. I wish that they were account wide. I'm gonna have to do another one of my Void Elf when I get my Void Elf all leveled up. And, like, this one has some of the stuff. Also, I'm aware that my sound hasn't been coming through the stream today. I was gonna talk about this earlier. Not that it's a big deal. But I know that it was... I wanted the game sound to come through the stream, because usually I listen to, like, the in-game music while I'm streaming, because why not? But, you know, If you're at your desktop, you can probably just put on your own music that you'll enjoy. See, there's another 2. Enjoy more than whatever I would play anyways, so we're good. Favorite race class combination? I think that there's a lot of classes that look really cool with Shadow Priest. I think Void Elf is a top contender there just because of their innate Void connection. I think that that fits really well. But I also really like Undead Shadow Priest as well. Alright, so now that brings us up to... So one more we should do. See, I told you this is fast. And then I can sell that for like 4k, which is good. Usually, if you're fishing for gold, what I would want to do is as soon as I get like a Murloc, I would want to fly back to the mailbox. There's one at Meridil. Mail that to my bank vault because those are unique equips. So as long as I'm holding one, I cannot pick up another one. But you can hold as many of them as you want in your bank. You just have to sell them one at a time or post them on the auction as one at a time. So I would mail those to my bank, and then after getting a couple of them, you know, if they're worth like 4k each, and you can get like 3 or so in a quick morning, then you're good. All right, let's go do the Withered Army training, or at least a short version of it. Why is Iran used in so many elven places? They like reusing their word fragments. Think it'd be cool to have Eridar in the Alliance to complete the Trinity? No, I think that if they do Eridar, and I don't think that they will because we already have a Draenei-based allied race, but I think that if they did Eridar, they would probably give them to the Horde. I don't think that every allied race is going to be a cross-faction model availability thing, but I think with the pretty races such as Elves, as we've seen, and Draenei, I think it's entirely possible that they would give Horde Draenei just to increase that kind of play. Which allied race word are you eager to play? Void Elf is my number 1, which is why I have recreated my my Shadow Priest as a Void Elf. So this is my Gnome Shadow Priest, and she's still good for stuff because my Void Elf's only level 71. But when I finish my Void Elf, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be the main. All right, so let's go get into here. YouTube notifications failed to notify me when you started streaming again. Oh, I wish those would work better. I did tweet this time. Please play with your baby rogue. But she's so good at just opening lockboxes and then being completely abandoned. See that the new Battleground is live? Oh, is Seething Shore up? I heard that there was a new Brawl. I didn't hear about Seething Shore. That's interesting. I might like to try that sometime. Probably not this morning. After Withered Army training, I gotta go. I gotta get today's video finished setting up. Use your mailbox. My mailbox? The stamp whistle. For what? Do I have mail? For sending that thing. Yeah, for sure. If I was gonna keep fishing, that's a good idea. I keep forgetting that I do in fact have one. Can you explain what people are saying they're gonna be Alliance Orcs? Popular and lovely YouTubers made a speculation video about that, and now it's basically just a meme. They're almost certainly are going to be Orcs, and they are almost certainly not going to be Alliance Orcs. It was just a Tell Yes and Never Tell video. Did my Shadow Priest challenge today? Grats! Want to say I love you. Oh, that reminds me. Also, thank you, GifGirl1970 for your kind words. That reminds me, I was gonna check real quick. Is the Mage Tower up? Also, you don't actually need to do any of this when you're just trying for the fortune thing. I think we can actually just abandon it. You don't need any particular amount of score. I guess we don't know for sure if having more score makes you more likely to get them out. I think that probably doesn't. I don't know. Seething Shore now available. Should I do a Seething Shore video? Should I like make a video of that today to put out tomorrow? Would anybody watch that? If like I could just like I used to do Battleground videos that were kind of like streamed, except I was just talking to myself, where I would just play the Battleground and talk about PvP. I could do that with Seething Shore. It's topical. Okay, so Mage Tower under construction, not up. All right. One of these days, Mage Tower will be up, and we will do it on stream. Also, I lost my chat. Where did it go? Where is chat? There it is. No Alliance Orbs? Nah. I mean, anything could happen, but it's not high in the list of things that is likely to happen. You and your husband ever planning on having children? I personally do not plan on ever having children. It's just not for me. I might change my mind one day. I'm not going to say never, but I'm going to say probably not. You don't have the Fox mount yet? No. I would like one. Hates it Zandalari Paladins. I'd be excited about that. That would be cool. Mage Tower 64%. Do you like Alliance or Horde more, or why? I personally like Alliance a little bit better. Like, I personally prefer to play the Alliance. Because I like the races and I like the cities, but they're both, it's all cool. We're all WoW nerds here. You get over 400 score for the biggest best chest. Yeah, but like the biggest and best chest gives you more rep items with a faction that I don't need, and it gives me more artifact power for a weapon that I'm not going to use anymore. Like the rewards are not relevant to me any longer. You got the Foxman of the 4th run. Oh, man. I feel like the Foxman is one of those ones that's not supposed to be all that rare. and everybody that I know that wanted it kind of got it like a year ago. And to be fair, I did slack a little bit. I have some alts that I should be doing this on that I'm not, because you can multiply the scry by doing it on alts. But you would think, you know, it's been a while. Do the battleground with your baby rogue. Oh man, I don't know how to play my rogue, guys. I don't know how to play it. I know how to use my open lockbox button. Gives you max rep. I don't need the rep though. This is my North American account. I already have not only the Nightfall and Exalted, but I also have the carpet mount. I have it. I'm good. I'm done. Watch anything that you put out. We're related. Anyone knows if she plays EU or Americas? I'm guessing the latter. I have an account on both now. I'm on Draenor EU and I'm on North America Lightbringer. But my primary account definitely NA. Definitely NA. It's not rare. I got it from the emissary chest. I mean, that doesn't mean that it's not rare. You know how many emissaries that I've done? Also, apparently you can get it for the Paragon rep chest, and I haven't gotten it from there yet either. You only just got the Fox Mat this week. You can do it. I just have to believe in the luck. We may as well go for 400. I mean, I've already gotten like 130 score. We may as well just like run through and go for 400. Or at least as close as it can get. Actually, I was running into problems I was trying to just absentmindedly finish this recently-ish. And, Dro, like the boss that spawns on you that drops the key that you need to get into the rest of it, he just wouldn't spawn. I cleared everything. I cleared every single mob that was available to me, and the dude just wouldn't spawn. I was wondering if there was some kind of like a bug with it recently. Oh, come on, dudes. Come along. I was wondering if there was something bugged with it recently, because you'd think that there would be, if that's a thing, that I would have heard about it, but I guess nobody really does this anymore, because everybody but me has the Fox Mount. Where do you live? I am in Oregon these days. Why do you think the WoW token is so much more expensive on EU? Probably a lot of factors for that, but none of which I could really accurately tell you about. I could guess, but I might guess wrong. Go. Thanks, Christina. Can't wait for Zandalar Trolls. So, okay, so you guys know how, I don't know if I should tell you this. You guys know how I have been doing videos where I just like look through the customization options of, like we did the Culturine humans yesterday. And then today I have another one that's going to come out that's the Magheart Orc females, because those are available. So I also recorded one for Zandalar Trolls, except that I didn't record it. Like I sat and I did the whole thing. Looked at them for the first time, reactions, all of it. And then I reached the end of it. I was like, oh no, I didn't record this. And then I was like, well, these are kind of old news, you know? Everybody already knows what they're going to look like. Maybe this is the universe telling me to just not do that video. I have one from Vopera. I managed to record that one. So that'll be at some point. Maybe we just move past the Zandalar one and we go back to looking at like class changes or something. I still need to do Shadowbreeze class changes. I don't know if I'll do class changes for other classes because I won't have the experience needed with that class to like actually provide any useful commentary, but I can't. I felt so silly. Oh man. Live in California. Oregon is pretty close. I mean, it's adjacent, but I wouldn't say close. I looked it up. If I was gonna drive to Anaheim, theoretically for BlizzCon, if I was gonna drive there, it'd be a 15-hour drive, and I know that's not a big deal for some people, but it's a big deal for me. How much are tokens on EU? I don't know off the top of my head. It's quite a bit though. Hair for the female orcs is amazing. That video's coming out today. That video's coming out this afternoon. Sick today? No. School? I hope that you feel better soon. So has Lorewalker Dro shown up yet? We're at like 200 score. Usually he shows up at least some point along that hallway, or sometimes in this big room when I'm clearing it. 300k gold for the WoW token. I really wish I could just buy that for the pet thing. It would be so much less time consuming. Unlocked Lightforged Space Goats. Congrats on us, Riz. What class are you going to make your Space Goat? What class are you going to make your Lightforged? I am personally such a big fan of Lightforged Pallies. Lightforged Rep Pally, Holy Pally, Prop Pally, all super cool. It just fits it so well thematically. Oh man, 100k plus more. I wish I had bought even more tokens back when they were cheaper, because they always used to, like, they started out like at 20k on NA, like back when they first came out. And then the price kind of went up from there, and I always kind of assumed it would go back down. So originally I bought like 24 of the things. Like I bought like 2 years worth of game time originally, and that was good. I think I'm still using that. And then I kept buying tokens kind of through Warlords, but they kept costing more and more and more. And I was like, well, maybe I'll just save my gold, and then when they come back down. And they're, spoilers, they're not coming back down. It's only ever up. They don't go back down. You know, once people learn that their $20 can get them 160k, they're not going to settle for 60k anymore. It's just not how that works, apparently. And then every time something comes out, like an Overwatch event or Destiny was a big one that people really want Blizzard balance for, then the price goes back up. Should try Twinnings Lemon Ginger. It's my go-to WoW chugging leveling tea. Dro can spawn anywhere in the tunnels. Yeah, but he doesn't. I've had him spawn here before. I've had him spawn in the hallways. I think he's just broken. I think he just doesn't like me. I think he's just realized that I win, and he doesn't want he doesn't want a piece of this. I mean, we can go back and keep clearing the tunnels, but we're gonna have to. Because it's a shame, because I used to like finishing the scenario and then being like, oh man, I got all these withered to safety. I did my job. Go dudes. I'm really helping win the battle for Surmar, and then I can't do that anymore because the door won't unlock. Now that you said Dro's name, he's about to show up. I hope so. I'm ready to fight him at any time. Let's keep doing this lap. Looking forward to making a Void Elf hunter named Nautillyria. Check the puddle of water. Has been there a few times, just in Viz somewhere. Shouldn't he aggro me? I mean, let's do this door. Let's do this door. Maybe he'll be in here. Found the poor tea. One more tea related question. Can you recommend some good non-caffeinated teas for evening drinking? I usually watch the streams past midnight. So for non-caffeine, well, there's two categories. There's very low caffeine, and then there's non-caffeine. If I want a tea that still tastes like tea, but I want it to be low caffeine, there's a type of Japanese tea called hojicha, which is basically like not even the leaves of the tea, but it's like stems and they're roasted. And it makes like this sort of nutty, woody, sort of roasty, almost coffee flavored tea, but it's very low caffeine. It's offered to children, I think, in Japan, and it's never keeps me up. So that's one that I had some of last night. Actually, I'll drink that before bed. If you want no caffeine, then you want like herbal tea. So that's when you get into your lemon ginger. I like the stash loose leaf lemon ginger, but there's also like the Twinnings one. That's when you get into your peppermint teas. Mint tea is really good for falling asleep. I'm drinking like this mint rose one that I got gifted by Alien Duck recently, but there's you can just drink straight peppermint tea, and it's very, very relaxing. There's definitely no caffeine. Tips for making spare gold as I level 101 to 110. If your profession slots are not both full, I would say have enchanting. If you can spare profession slot, have enchanting. Disenchant extra epics that you get. Sell the crystals. Have herbalism. Pick flowers. Sell the flowers. Those are the most gold efficient professions for leveling. Don't forget to use a. I think that you can actually get maybe not the rep ones, but there's a shoulder boon enchant that you can actually get while leveling. Maybe it's just Zookeeper that you can get, but you can put those on early if you can get them. I guess you can't get the rep ones because you wouldn't have the rep yet. But what else? Wait, I'm past Dro's door now, didn't I? Did I kill Dro? Did I accidentally kill him? I'm scrolling up to see if I see his yelling. He definitely didn't yell at me. How did I get in here? I'm lost. I made my light forged a holy priest. Oh, that's a good one too. Aileen is gonna make a light forged Draenei prop heli. We're gonna run around together. Oh, Zach, are you Aileen? Are you Aileen's hubby? Welcome. Herbalism, but also inscription, which I haven't figured out what to do with. I mean, obviously you don't want to lose your collection of glyph recipes if you already have some, but if you just like picked it up and you're going to do it later, you could even temporarily take enchanting just for while leveling and then get rid of it later when you want. But obviously don't do that if you have glyph recipes that you want to hang on to. Yeah. You sure am? Oh, there he is! Dro spawned! Oh, I thought he was avoiding me. I feel better. You know, we're pals after all. He's not broken. Here we go. Now we can finish this thing. There we go. We can just kind of speed run through the rest of it. So we got his key. His door is right here. Oh, feels good. You bought a sand scare for 350k. Almost done with you. 350k, goodness. I guess that is about right for a TCG pet these days. Almost done with the auctionist pets. I will finally be able to save up gold again. That was how I felt when I finally sort of like finished out the buyable section of my pet collection. It was like, man, now that I have spent as much gold as I am able to spend on pets, now I can finally move on. Engineering is strong gold maker if you have Sky Golem. When Stalker Dro doesn't want to follow you anymore. How long are you going? I joined the stream late. I'm actually a little overtime right now. I said I was going to for sure finish at 10:30, which was like 5 minutes ago, but I'm going to finish Withered Army training. We're trying to see if maybe, this is a huge waste of time because you really just need to run in, start it, and then get to the end chest. You don't need any particular score. But we're just trying to see if we can get a torn invitation for a fox map that I don't have yet. Also, let's see if we can not die in this room, because I'm just going to kind of pull everything. I don't think I'm going to die, but my withered is another issue, because there's no way for me to like keep aggroing all this stuff. So I'm just going to kind of like throw out, I'm just going to press buttons and hope that my dudes can do their thing. It's lots of good score. Oh, there's something I can hit. There we go. Best professions for a ret paladin. Professions don't have a huge amount of combat. Oh, there we go. A huge amount of combat implications anymore, do they? Like, for the most part, it's just about what is going to make you gold and or what your guild needs if anybody needs anything. Having said that, I used to really enjoy sort of theming my profession choices. Like with plate wearing classes, occasionally I would do the blacksmithing, mining thing. I don't know, or like if it was a Draenei Paladin, I would do like mining and jewel crafting, for example. That used to be a classic one that I would do, not because it was particularly good for anything, but just because it thematically made sense. Do you have all the toys from this place? I'm missing a wisp in the bottle and a powder box toy. I thought I had all the toys from this place, but I keep getting more, so maybe not. How do you find out? You would go here, toy box, army training, Night Fallen. Okay, so that's not it. That's not it. Alright, this isn't the right place. What would it be from? Valinar? Oh, I don't have a wisp in the... Alright, Glimmering Valinar treasure chest. So I have all of them except for... Well... Oh, that's a Demon Hunter class order haul toy, but I do not have the wisp in the bottle, apparently. So maybe we'll get that. Maybe even if we don't get the torn invitation, maybe we'll get the wisp in the bottle. Alright, come along, friends. We're heading, which way are we going? Have I gone too far? Did I not need to go in this room? Was this room just extra? It's been so long since I've done this. Glimmering, that was the word. That was the word. Choose your profession based on your needs. I like alchemy for raiding, even though I do not craft my own pots or flasks. I beg both of those off of my guild because my guild provides them. But I like it because it means that my flasks last twice as long. So when I buy them for like Mythic Plus or for when I'm just in raid, I get double duration of the flask. And that's honestly worth just having alchemy for me. I dropped herbalism for alchemy because I wasn't spending that much time out in the world anyways. Choose engineering in the new allied races since there's nothing I could use in other professions. Engineering is fun. You got V today. Is that item rare? How rare is it? What is it? You got what? Best friend goes to law school in Portland. He occasionally drives from there to here to visit. It's not terrible, but a difficult drive for one person. It's long. That's long. Although I have very low tolerance for being in vehicles for a long period of time. I'm not a person that can read in the car. I'm not a person that can play games in the car. I will get horribly motion sick if I even try and read too many billboards. I'm very, very susceptible to motion sickness. So it's really just a very long thinking session, which can be very relaxing for drives that are between like 20 minutes and maybe 2 hours. But after about 2 hours, I'm pretty much done with sitting still. Time to get back to work. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for coming, Norma. I hope that you have a good day at work. Kind of hungry. It's not lunchtime yet. I had some cereal. I should be good for a while. Oh, Scythe of the Unmaker. What is that? Scythe of the Unmaker. Let me Google it. Epic 940 polearm added Legion. Oh, from Argus. The it's for like transmog, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty rare. I haven't seen any in my guild yet. Wait, are we good yet? Where? Oh yeah, this is the room. I see. I need to keep moving. I need to keep going. Audiobooks. What about audiobooks? How do you not get bored by Withered Army training? I'm talking to you guys right now. If I was doing this all by myself, I would absolutely be bored out of my mind. I probably would not have done it this far, actually. There is no longer any incentive whatsoever for me to finish this, aside from the fact that I'm too lazy to leave my Withered behind. Also, I need to keep moving. You three are just gonna have to stay there. I don't need your help. You can always take the 101 for awesome sightseeing on your way to South Cal. If I go to South Cal, I'm going on a plane. It's a 2.5 hour flight, and that is a much more relaxing time. I have no intention of driving there. If I'm unable to fly, I'm probably not going. Rare or not, I love the look of that scythe. Would love to transmog that in my warlock. Looking for guilds for BFA is a pain. Guild finding in general seems to be a little bit like online dating, except you're trying to see if you're compatible with like a bunch of people instead of just one of them. Is YouTube your full-time job? Yes, absolutely. Oh, did I die? I made it to the very end and I didn't. It's fine. I mean, I got the best possible reward. All right. I'm crossing fingers. I'm crossing some toes. We're looking for a torn invitation. Bummer. Oh. The fox. Oh, thanks. One day. One day. I know I don't have to complete it. I wanted to save the withered, okay? They've had a bad year. Oh man, drat. Oh well. I have got to go and get to work. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be streaming again on Friday. I'll be streaming again on Friday and then probably early next week with a baking stream once March kicks in. I have a video coming out this afternoon, 12 o'clock noon on the dot, and that is me looking through the Magheart Orc female customization options featuring a little bit of my cat's butt, so you can take a look at that. I am working on setting up a fan Discord. It is not ready yet. I will let you guys know as soon as it is ready, and I appreciate all of your support. So I'm gonna go. Oh, Katie, you want to say bye? You want to say bye? Come here. Come here. Come here. Let me make this bigger. Up. Katie. This is my cat summon. Hey, it worked. You want to say bye?